A dance. A dance at almost nightfall. Many, many years of this took place, but only 1 second stood out. He didn't have control over the incidents that happened, but when he pressed a little button on his camera, it clicked. It captured them, most of the seconds. He scattered them all over the floor in the little attic where he'd sleep at night. One day, he went into the country to explore some more with his camera, and that day he never returned to claim his photos or his bed that were left behind up in the attic. He never came back. He was not attached to those photos, but they belonged to him. Almost 70 years later, they were found and put in an album. He took a picture, many pictures, and stories are cloaked around each one of them, every click of every second. In this one, cars passed by, streetlights did not exist, brothers and sisters were shouting, Red Rover, we choose." Old folks read the Jerusalem Post, reiterating many popular words such as seize, perception, proposition, and solution.
People danced.
Drumming was heard, people danced, and people died, but only 1 second made sense. It was this previous second that captured it all. Not all is seen in his photos, but he captured it all. Nighttime. The fine line that strikes in between over there and over here became thinner and less visible. The towns that this photo did not capture are small and yellow. They are yellow, but not because of the sunlight. In these towns, things were moved around really quickly, but not fast enough. This 1 second lasted for 1 century. In these towns, everyday languages are spoken, were spoken, some misinterpreted, and others were just spoken. The old podium that belonged to the old priests in one of the old villages was used to preach with. In this picture, the only ones that preached are the stomachs of the ones left in the room to sing a tune or not sing at all. In this other picture, a language is being formed. Greetings are being made, but no one cared. In this photo, no one's left. They greeted, and no one cared. Shalom, marhaba, hello. Shalom, marhaba, hello. Shalom, marhaba, hello. Pretend and say, yeah, okay, no problem. No one misunderstood. No one misunderstood because for 1 whole century, the fear of aging didn't even matter. It doesn't work. To be old is to be dead. We pretend it is nighttime when the moon shines through and most are asleep. No, it is not nighttime. No, we lie and not the pictures. Hush, hush now. Silence stroked loudly and echoes reflected off the fast-moving scene. They said their names in many languages. It's me. It is I. I am the one. Me, here, present. All in 1 second. Not 1 second, but 1 century. Not 1 century, but in one. That second stretched into infinity. Paper in blue boxes, all neatly bundled with a rubber band, even and neat. They were ID cards? Really? Hawiya. But they were ID cards bundled tightly in a rubber band. This is how they pronounce their name, by showing it on a card whenever they are asked for their identity. A damn card? Sighing at the scene of many years, too many as it is laid out to the terrorists of tomorrow, the photographer captured this picture and hid it in his attic. This photo is a photo. Evidence was presumed but never proven. Black and purple and nothing in between.
For 1 century,
one
no
long second.
waiting,
They
fell
fell
asleep
asleep
and missed it.
It arrived bearing gifts and bundles of disgrace. Ashamed and excited, this century flew by. These towns and villages still sang their traditional songs, and children continued to play Red Rover. Long, too long ago, this seemed like the end. Colder the night became, brighter as lights danced across the street. The short bars on the terrace told a story that soundless night. One after the other, each mimicked the cries of chirping crickets. All night. Shadows are real, and here they speak. Hello? Hello? Said the shadow. A knock was heard and a door closed. But only till you finish your cup of tea. Agreed?
Hello?
Said the shadow. I finished my tea. Okay, there, we are equals. Now follow me, and I'll tell you what to do. Now follow me, and I'll tell you what not to do. Where to go and where not. Seize. For 1 century, one long second, they fell asleep and missed it. The shadows waited, and they missed it. Then voices appeared from all over. No, not Gaza. No, not Nablus. Not Haifa. Not Ramallah. But where then? In this photo, it was a definitely maybe or something else. In this photo, people are not posing right. There is no room. A permission slip was required, like the kind a child would get for his parents to sign for some field trip. An unnecessary permission slip was needed to notice, to pass, and to not get caught. People crept along the edges of the sidewalk with knees bent, and they still would get caught. They tiptoed diagonally across the open land, their open land, and they still would get caught. Then they go home, exhausted and ready to sleep. The photographer took notes. 1 second, and too many seconds just vanished as the door opened and as the shadows settled in. It was too early to have any proof.
Hello?
The photographer never took notes. He never came back for his photos or his bed. He never took notes. His eyes tired and lips sealed. His dance was misinterpreted. Shh.